morning to all. Today we'll discuss IIT concept. So quadratic equations. So the definition of the quadratic equation is the second degree polynomial equation. So second degree means the degree is 2. So now here this is the degree 2 and equation means equal to 0. This is called quadratic equation. So where a is not equal to 0. Why a is not equal to 0 means if a equal to 0 means it becomes a linear equation. So that's why a is not equal to 0 and a comma b comma c belongs to R represent a quadratic equation. So this is the definition of quadratic equation. Next root. So what is the meaning of root means a root of the quadratic equation is the value of x. So root means value of x which satisfies the equation. Which equation? Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Which satisfies the equation is called root of the equation. Then how many roots for the quadratic equation? So quadratic equation has at most 2 roots, maximum 2 roots, where alpha comma beta are the roots. So now alpha comma beta is equal to minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. So this is the formula for alpha and beta. Now so alpha beta the 2 root means alpha plus beta means sum of the roots. SOR means sum of the roots is equal to minus b by a. Minus b by a is minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. And alpha beta means product of the roots POR is equal to c by a, constant term by a. And next, if suppose alpha beta are the roots of the equation, then what is the equation form? X minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to 0, or we can written as x square minus SOR into x plus POR is equal to 0. Next we will see the next one. Now we will discuss symmetry functions. Symmetry function of the roots alpha beta is expressible in the terms of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Now once see alpha square plus beta square is there. This is symmetric functions. Now this alpha square plus beta square can write in the terms of alpha plus beta and alpha beta is equal to alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. And suppose alpha cube plus beta cube is there. So this is also symmetric function. Now we can write in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So alpha plus beta whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. Now suppose alpha power 4 plus beta power 4 is there. How to write alpha power plus beta power 4 means first write alpha square plus beta square whole square minus 2 alpha square beta square. Again this we already know alpha square beta square how much? Alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. So then next fourth one, suppose example alpha 5 plus beta power 5. How to write alpha 5 plus beta power 5 means alpha square plus beta square into alpha cube plus beta cube minus alpha square beta cube minus beta square alpha cube. So then we got alpha for 5 plus beta for 5. And finally, and so many methods are there, alpha 6 plus beta for 6 that can written as alpha cube plus beta cube whole square minus 2 into alpha cube beta cube. So alpha minus beta, mod of alpha minus beta can written as alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. So these are the forms here. So alpha square beta square and alpha cube beta cube, these are the symmetric functions. Next we will go for nature of the roots. So now nature of the roots, let alpha beta be the roots of the equation ax square by bx plus c is equal to 0 whose discriminant is delta is equal to b square by 4ac. So nature of the roots depends upon the delta. So we have two cases for this delta. So delta not equal to 0 and delta equal to 0. Suppose I am taking delta equal to 0. So delta equal to 0 means we have formula for the roots minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. Now here delta equal to 0 means b square 4ac equal to 0. This becomes 0. Then what is the value? Minus b by 2a only. This is the alpha value and beta value also. So now here roots are equal. Alpha is equal to beta is equal to minus d by 2a. Now delta is not equal to 0, we will see. Delta not equal to 0 means so delta is not equal to 0. Simply roots are unequal. Roots are unequal. And here we have two cases again. This delta not equal to 0 in two parts. Delta greater than 0 or delta less than 0. So delta greater than 0 or delta less than 0. So delta greater than 0 and delta less than 0. So delta greater than 0 and delta less than 0. First we will see delta less than 0. Delta less than 0 means where I am taking as a comma b comma c belongs to real number. Then the roots are complex conjugate to each other. So roots are imaginary. Roots are imaginary roots. Imaginary roots in the form of p plus iq comma p minus iq. So both are conjugate to each other. This is delta less than 0. And delta greater than 0 I am taking as a comma b comma c belongs to real number. Then the roots are real and unequal. The roots are real and unequal. And once again here this delta is divided into two parts again. So delta again divided into two parts. Delta is a perfect square and delta is not a perfect square. So delta is a perfect square. Suppose example delta is not a perfect square. Suppose first of all delta is not a perfect square. Delta is not a perfect square. Here I am taken as a comma b comma c belongs to q. Rational number I am taken. Then the roots are irrational roots. Irrational and conjugate to each other. Conjugate to each other. Conjugate to each other. Conjugate to each other means suppose example one root is p plus root q means other root is p minus root q. So these are the two roots p plus root q and p minus root q. Delta is not a perfect square. Suppose delta is a perfect square. Delta is perfect square. PS means perfect square here. So where a comma b comma c belongs to q rational numbers. The roots are rational and unequal. So this is the flow chart of other diagram for nature of the roots. We have case delta equal to 0, delta not equal to 0. Again this delta not equal to 0 divided into two parts. Delta greater than 0, delta less than 0. And delta greater than 0 again two parts divided into two parts. Delta is not a perfect square and delta is a perfect square. This is about nature of the roots. Next we will go for next concept. Next we will go for transform equations. If alpha comma beta are the roots of the equation f of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So we need to find the transformed equation whose roots are alpha plus k and beta plus k. So alpha plus k and beta plus k means each root increased by k. So we need to find the equation whose roots are alpha plus k and beta plus k. Now here alpha is the root of this equation. So then a alpha square plus b alpha plus c is equal to 0 because alpha is the root of the equation. And we need to find the equation whose roots are alpha plus k and beta plus k. So alpha plus k is the root of the transformed equation. Then alpha plus k is equal to some x. Then what is the alpha value is equal to x minus k. So alpha is the root of this equation now. So substitute here. Then a into x minus k whole square plus b into x minus k plus c is equal to 0. It means it becomes it like a f of x f of x minus k is equal to 0. So f of x is equal to ax square by bx plus c equal to 0 means in place of x, what is there? X minus k. Then f of x minus k is equal to 0. So this is the equation. This is the transform equation whose roots are alpha plus k and beta plus k. Suppose each root is increased by k here. Each root decreased by suppose k. Minus k is there suppose. Minus k. So each root decreased by k. Minus k and minus k. Now again alpha is the root of this equation means a alpha square plus b alpha plus c is equal to 0. And this alpha minus k is the root of the transform equation. Then x minus alpha minus k is equal to some x. Then alpha is equal to x plus k. Substitute alpha is equal to x plus k in this equation. Then a into x plus k whole square plus b into x plus k plus c is equal to 0. Now it can written as f of x plus k is equal to 0. So f of x plus k is equal to 0 is a transform equation whose roots are alpha minus k and beta minus k. So what we observe here, if roots are increased by k, then the transform equation is alpha plus k and beta plus k. Increased by means what is the equation? F of x minus k is equal to 0. Here minus. Suppose alpha minus k and beta minus k. What is the equation? F of x plus k is equal to 0. This is the transform equation. If the roots are decreased by k. Here minus k means here f of x plus k is equal to 0. Suppose like that alpha into k. Alpha into k and k into beta. Multiplied by k means what is the transform equation? X by k is equal to 0. Suppose alpha by k and beta by k. Here division. K is alpha and beta divided by k. Then what is the transform equation? K into x is equal to 0. Okay. Next, fifth point. Suppose alpha square and beta square. What is the transform equation? So square means we can take root. So f of root x is equal to 0. This is the transform equation. Suppose alpha cube and beta cube. Then what is the transform equation? Cube root of x is equal to 0. Suppose example root alpha and root beta are the, we need to find the transform equation. Here root alpha and root beta are also square here. F of x square is equal to 0. Suppose a alpha plus b, and I will explain this concept, this value. A alpha plus b, a alpha plus b and a beta plus b. What is the transform equation for that? Whose roots are a alpha plus b and a beta plus b. So alpha is the root of the equation means a alpha square plus b alpha plus c is equal to 0. Then we need to find the equation whose roots are a alpha plus b and a beta plus b. So a alpha plus b is equal to some x. Then alpha is what? X minus b by a. Now substitute this here. So a into x minus b by a whole square plus b into x minus b by a plus c is equal to 0. So now what is the form here? F of x minus b by a is equal to 0. This is the transform equation whose roots are a alpha plus b and a beta plus b. So this is about to transform equations concept. We will see some important conditions. Suppose ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. First I am taking c is equal to 0. If c is equal to 0, so this equation becomes ax square plus bx is equal to 0. What are the roots? So after simplification we will get x is equal to 0 and minus b by a. So the two roots are 0 comma minus b by a. And suppose if this is the first case, and the second case, if b is equal to 0, then the equation becomes ax square plus c is equal to 0, x square is equal to minus c by a, then x is equal to plus or minus root over c by a into I. So these are the two roots, plus or minus root c by A into I. C is equal to 0 and B equal to 0. Now suppose B is equal to C is equal to 0. B is equal to C is equal to 0. Third case, B is equal to C is equal to 0. Then what is the equation? Ax square is equal to 0. Then x square is equal to 0. So the roots are 0, 0. Roots are equal to 0, 0 only. Next, suppose if A plus B plus C is equal to 0, what are the roots? If you take x is equal to 1, you will get this condition. So if x equal to 1 means A plus B plus C is equal to 0. So then x is equal to 1 is one root and other root is, so product of the roots formula is what? C by A. C by A. So one root is already 1 now. So 1 into beta is equal to C by A. Then beta is equal to C by A. So the two roots are 1 comma C by A. If A plus B plus C is equal to 0, the roots are alpha comma beta is equal to 1 comma C by A. So this is the 4 cases. Next we'll go for next case. Fifth case, A plus C is equal to B. If A plus C is equal to B, then I will get A plus C is equal to B, substitute x equal to -1 here. If we substitute x equal to -1 here means we will get A plus C is equal to B. It means x is equal to -1 and this is one root. Then how to find other root? Alpha beta is equal to C by A. So one root is -1 means -1 into beta is equal to C by A. Then beta is equal to C by A. So minus C by A. So the two roots are -1 comma minus C by A. So these are the two roots if A plus C is equal to B, -1 comma minus C by A. And sixth case, if suppose A comma B comma C are same sign, what are the roots conditions? Suppose example A comma B comma C are same sign, all are positive. Suppose I am taking all are positive or negative, both are same one. Alpha plus beta is equal to minus B by A. So A and B are, these two are same sign means, suppose both are negative means negative negative cancel, both are positive also same answer will get. So answer is what? Negative only. So this is less than 0. So alpha plus beta is less than 0. Alpha beta is equal to C by A. A value and C value both are same sign means we will get positive only. So alpha into beta is equal to greater than 0. If all are same sign means. Second way, first try to cross method. B1 B2 A1 A2 C1 C2 and B1 B2. This is x means alpha square. Here alpha and here 1. Now wait. Alpha square is equal to B1 A2 minus alpha square by B1 A2 minus A1 B2 is equal to alpha by A1 C2 alpha by A1 C2 minus A2 C1 is equal to 1 by C1 B2 minus B1 C2. So this is the alpha square value and alpha by and that alpha. Now this is one condition. So alpha square value how much? Alpha square is equal to B1 A2 minus A1 B2 by C1 B2 minus B1 C2. And alpha is how much? Alpha is equal to A1 C2 minus A2 C1 by C1 B2 minus B1 C2. Then substitute alpha in this equation. Then we get, after simplification, we will get answer a1 c2 minus a2 c1 whole square is equal to b1 a2 minus a1 b2 into c1 b2 minus b1 c2. So this is the condition for one common root. So by using this condition, we need to find the alpha value. Sorry, condition. This is the condition for one root is common, and we go for both the roots are common. Means what is the condition? We will see. Both the roots are common. So both the roots are common means the two equations are identical. Identical means same. If both the roots are common means two equations are identical. So two equations are identical means we have condition is a1 by a2 is equal to a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. So this is the condition for both the roots are equal. Both the roots are common. Both the roots are common. So what is the condition for both the roots are common? a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. Both the roots are common. Both the roots are common means two equations are identical. So we go for next concept. So maximum value and minimum value of the quadratic equation. So ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This equation I am taken as y. So y is equal to, take a common. So I am writing rearrange this equation. Take a common, x square plus, I am writing b by a is there now. So 2 into 2 here. So 2 into b by a into x. So this is a square plus 2ab. So I want b square. So b by 2a whole square and minus b by 2a whole square also. C by a is there already. So now this can be written as a plus b whole square. So x plus b by 2a whole square plus if we find this value, take LCM common, 4ac minus b square by 4a square. So multiply with a. So then we get 4ac minus b square by 4a. Now this is minus d. So minus d by 4a. So if rearrangement means 1 by a, so 5 plus d by 4a, a transform is 1 by a is equal to x square. Now once observe that this is the equation in the form of x square is equal to 4ay format. So x square is equal to 4ay is a parabola equation symmetric with respect to y axis. So the diagram like this, symmetric with respect to y axis. This is the diagram of x square is equal to 4ay. Now, so it depends upon the a value. It is a is positive means like open upwards, and a is negative means open downward. We will discuss. So it is in the form of x plus b by 2a whole square is equal to 1 by a into y into d by 4a. So it is in the form of x square minus 4a means symmetric about positive axis or symmetric about negative axis. It depends upon the a value. If a is positive means symmetric with respect to positive y axis means open upwards. So the diagram like this. If a greater than 0 means a greater than 0, the diagram is open upwards, and a less than 0 means open downwards. So what you observe here? So this open upwards means the minimum value is there here. This is the vertex. Vertex is minus d by a minus d by a minus d by 2a comma minus d by 4a, and this is also vertex here, minus d by 2a comma minus d by 4a. So if a greater than 0, we have minimum value at x is equal to minus d by 2a. What is the value of y? Minus d by 4a. This is the minimum value. So minimum value is equal to minus d by 4a at x is equal to minus b by 2a. X is equal to minus b by 2a. So d means what? 4ac minus b square minus 4ac. So then we will get 4ac minus b square by 4a. So minimum value is equal to 4ac minus b square by 4a. So max value is infinity. And if you case, second case one see, this is the first case and this is second case. A less than 0 means the open downwards, and we have maximum value. So minimum value is infinity. So maximum value means maximum is equal to minus d by 4a. So d means what? B square minus 4ac. Then 4ac minus b square by 4a. So at x is equal to minus b by 2a. So this is the maximum and minimum value. So maximum and minimum value same formulas are there, 4ac minus b square by 4a and 4ac minus b square by 4a. So if a greater than 0, open upwards and minimum value is there, maximum value infinity. A less than 0 means we have maximum value 4ac minus b square by 4a at x equal to minus b by 2a, minimum value is infinity. And we will go for next concept. Okay. Next concept. Signs of the quadratic expression. So signs of the quadratic expression means okay. Signs of the quadratic equation otherwise. If a greater than 0 and delta also greater than 0, I am taking case here. For example, I am taking here, this is alpha and this is beta. This is alpha and this is beta. Now this is f of x. So f of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. So in between alpha and beta, this is f of x now. So in between alpha and beta, f of x is less than 0. So if x value is lies between alpha and beta, then f of x less than 0. Below alpha and above beta, f of x should be positive. F of x should be positive. So x less than alpha or x greater than beta, then f of x is equal to positive. Once observe clearly, this is about a greater than 0 and delta greater than 0. In between alpha and beta, this is downwards, so this is less than 0, and below alpha and above beta, f of x is positive. Exactly x is equal to alpha or beta, f of x is equal to 0. Exactly x equal to alpha and beta, f of x is equal to 0. For the same case, I am taking delta less than 0. Delta less than means what is the open downwards, and delta greater than 0. So a less than 0 and delta greater than. Second case, a less than 0 and delta greater than 0. So delta greater than means two roots are there. This is alpha and this is beta. And in between alpha and beta, f of x is positive. Below alpha and above beta, f of x is negative. So x less than alpha less than beta, then f of x is equal to greater than 0. First case. In second case, x less than alpha or x greater than beta, f of x is less than 0. So below alpha and above beta, f of x is what? Negative. So that's why negative I am taking. Exactly x equal to alpha or beta, f of x is equal to 0. These are the signs of the roots. And next, a greater than 0, delta less than 0. A greater than 0, sorry, a less than 0, delta less than 0. So delta less than 0 means what? Like this, it does not touch the x-axis. And a delta less than means this is also does not touch the x-axis. But less than 0 means like this diagram. So these are the diagrams. And f of x is always positive. This is f of x. Here f of x is always negative. So f of x is positive for all x belongs to real number. F of x is less than 0 for all x belongs to real number. So these are the two cases: a greater than 0, delta less than 0, open upwards, and it doesn't touch the x-axis, and a less than 0, delta less than 0, f of x is less than 0 for all x belongs to real number. And last case, delta equal to 0. Delta equal to 0. So delta equal to 0 means alpha is equal to beta. Okay. Now here, except alpha and beta, it is always positive. So f of x is positive. X belongs to r minus alpha. R minus alpha means, why I am taking r minus alpha? It is always positive except alpha. At x equal to alpha, f of x is equal to 0. Now f of x is less than 0 for all x belongs to r minus alpha. So now what are the cases here? A greater than 0, open up front, it intersect at alpha. Two roots are equal, alpha equal to beta, here alpha equal to beta. Except alpha or beta, it is always positive. That's why f of x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to r minus set of alpha. So this is the signs of the roots. And last concept, location of the roots we will see. Now both the roots are negative. So both the roots are negative means left side only alpha come beta, and here also alpha beta also left side only. So both the roots are negative. A greater than 0 2 cases, a less than 0 2 cases. Now what is the conclusion here? So here two roots are different roots, here equal roots. Here different roots, equal roots. From this conclusion, delta is greater than equal to 0, because equal roots are also possible and different distance roots are also possible. So that's why delta is greater than equal to 0. So delta greater than equal to 0. And second condition, sum of the roots. Both the roots are negative means sum of the roots also negative. So for example, -2 and -3. So -2 minus 3 is -5. So sum of the roots also negative. So alpha plus beta less than 0. Means SOR is less than 0. And third case, product of the roots. So product of the roots means negative into negative is positive, because alpha negative, beta also negative. So product is positive. So POR is equal to greater than 0. So these are the three cases if both the roots are negative. So delta greater than equal to 0, SOR less than 0, and POR greater than 0. We will see the next case. Now both the roots are opposite sign, means one root is positive and another root is negative. Here alpha is negative, beta is positive. Here alpha is negative, beta is positive. And again we will conclude three conditions here, delta and so delta is greater than 0 only possible, because equal condition is not possible. So that's why delta is greater than 0. And next, sum of the roots is also not possible here, because we don't know which value is more. Suppose the negative magnitude is more, means we will get a negative value. So sum of the roots is negative. If positive magnitude value is more, means we will get a positive. So there is no conclusion for SOR. And POR, so product of the roots is negative. So POR is negative. Why negative? Means this is negative and this is positive. Positive and negative is negative only. So POR is less than 0. Okay, from these two cases we conclude these two only, delta greater than 0 and the POR less than 0. We will go for next concept. So both the roots are less than k. Now a greater than 0, we have two cases are there. So below k, alpha beta, both are different. Suppose here both are equal, case also possible. These two roots are below k. Now this is value of k, this is f of x summa, this is f of x, this graph is f of x, and this is also f of x. This is also f of x. Now here also k. Here also k is there. This value is f of k. This value is f of k. Here also this value is f of k from the cases. This value is f of k. Now we conclude that the three important cases. From these four diagrams, what you observe, two different roots are there, same roots also possible. So then from the conclusion, what will say delta? So delta is greater than or equal to 0, first case. So delta is greater than or equal to 0. Important case, delta is greater than or equal to 0. And next, here a value positive, here a value negative. A value positive, f of k is positive or negative. So above beta f of k is positive because upside is there. Here also f of k is positive. A is positive, f of k is also positive. Then a into f of k is how much? Positive. Okay. Next here, once observe that here f of k is negative here and a value negative. A into f of k is what? Negative into negative? Positive. Because f of k is negative here, here a is negative. So a into f of k is positive. From these two cases, a into f of k is positive. A into f of k is positive. A into f of k is positive. And the third important one is, first of all, vertex. This is called, we all discussed today, this is called vertex. This vertex x value how much? X is equal to minus b by 2a. Here also vertex is there. This vertex is equal to x is equal to beta. So alpha is equal to beta is equal to minus b by a only. Here this is the vertex. This is value. This value is how much? X value. Here x is equal to this one. X is equal to. So here also x is equal to what? X is equal to minus b by 2a. So this x value is lies on x axis only. This line. So this x value is always below k. So then this is the case minus b by 2a less than k. So we need to conclude these important cases. First of all, delta greater than or equal to 0. Why delta greater than or equal to 0? It has two roots here. Yes, equal roots are possible. Delta greater than or equal to 0. A, from this first case, a greater than 0, f of k is also positive. So a and f of k is positive. Next, comparing with minus b by 2 k. Minus b by is lies between alpha and beta. Here is there minus b by a. This is the x value. And this is the x value. Here this is the x value. This x value is below k. That's why minus b by 2a less than k. This is the condition for both the roots are less than k. Next we will go for next condition. Now both the roots are greater than k. So I already said this, the graph is f of x. So this graph is f of x. Here also f of x. Here also f of x. And next, so we need to comparison three cases, delta and a into f of k, and compare with b minus b by 2a and k. Now first of all, delta. Here k value is less than alpha beta. So both the roots are greater than k. So that's why I am writing k is below alpha beta. So these two cases are also possible if a greater than 0. A less than 0 also two cases are possible. Now from this conclusion here two roots are different roots are equal roots also possible. So then delta is greater than or equal to 0 is case. First case is delta greater than or equal to 0 from this conclusion. And next second one. Now once observe that here this is the f of k and this is f of k, and here this is f of k, and here this is f of k. So here f of k is positive, a also positive. So a and f of k is positive. Here also same case positive. F of k is negative here, a also negative. So a and f of k is negative to negative positive. So from this second condition is a into f of k is positive. And the third case, important case, third case. Now here this is the value of minus b by a, minus b by 2a. This is the minus b by 2a. So this vertex value is minus b by a 2a comma d minus d by 4a. But this is the x value. This minus b by 2a is more than k. Here also this value is minus b by 2a, and this value is minus b by 2a. So this value is minus b by 2a and this value is minus b by 2a. So minus b by 2a is below, so more than k. So that is the third case. So third case is minus b by 2a is greater than k. So these are the three important cases for both the roots are greater than k. We will go for next case. So k lies between the roots. Now this is the diagram. So alpha, beta, two roots. In between alpha and beta, k is there. So it simply, we can say that directly a greater than 0, a less than 0, two cases are there, two diagrams. So from this diagram we will say that roots are distance roots. We have compulsory two roots. Equal roots not possible here. So that's why delta is greater than 0 only first case. So delta greater than 0, not equal to 0 because only greater than 0 only, because two distance roots. Equal roots is not possible because k is a value, k is a lies between the roots. That's why different roots, delta greater than 0. And next, second case, second point, f of a into f of k. Now this is k and this value is f of k. This value is f of k. And here this is k and this is value is f of k. Now a is positive, f of k is negative because negative. So a is positive, f of k is negative. So positive into negative is negative. So a into f of k is negative. Here a less than 0, a is negative, but f of k is positive. So negative into positive, negative. So second case is a into f of k is less than 0. Less than 0. So because a is here positive, here f of k is negative. Here a is negative, f of k is positive. And third one is comparison between minus b by 2a and k. Here there is no comparison between minus b by 2a and k because k is lies between alpha and beta, but minus b by 2 is exact middle of alpha and beta. But we don't, there is no comparison between minus b by 2a and k. So we don't know which is more. So that's why there is no comparison between minus b by 2a and k. This is the, we will go for next case. These are the two cases. Now this case k1 less than alpha less than k2 less than beta. So I already draw the diagrams here. Once observe that this is k1 alpha, k2 beta. K1 means f of k1 is greater than 0 because positive. K2 here means f of k2 is negative, less than 0. And here k1, f of k1 is less than 0. Here k2 means f of k2 is greater than 0. Now first of all, roots are distance roots because different both are. So here delta greater than 0 is the first case. Delta greater than 0. And second one, delta greater than 0. Second one, why delta greater than 0? Two distance roots are there. So delta greater than 0 from these two cases also. And next, second case. A is positive, f of k1 is also positive. Positive into positive, positive. On the other that a is less than 0. A negative, f of k1 is also negative. Negative, negative, positive. So from these two cases, a into f of k1 is positive. So a into f of k1 is positive. Next we will go for third one. A positive, f of k2 negative. So positive into negative, negative. A negative, f of k2 positive. So negative into positive, negative. So we will say conclude that a into f of k2 less than 0. Next fourth point, minus b by a. Here minus b by a is there, but we don't know, there is no comparison between minus b by 2a to k2. Here also there is no comparison between minus b by 2a to k2, but comparison with k1 is there. So k1 is below minus b by 2a. So somewhere middle minus b by 2a is there. So there is no comparison between these two because we don't know which is more, but comparison between these two are possible. So k1 is less than minus b by 2a. So k1 less than minus b by 2a. So this is the case for k1 less than alpha less than k2 less than beta. Now we will see the last case. This is the last case, k1 less than alpha less than beta less than k2. So this is k1 means f of k1 is positive. This is k2 means f of k2 is positive. So k1 is f of k2 is negative. K2 means f of k2 is negative. So this is less than 0. This is also less than 0. This is greater than 0 and this is also greater than 0. Now alpha less than beta means both the roots are distance roots. So now first case delta is greater than 0 because distance roots are now. Second condition, A positive, f of k1 is also positive. Here A negative, f of k1 is also negative. Product of these two is over to A into f of k1 is positive here. Here also A into f of k1 is positive. So A into f of k1 is positive. Now A into f of k2 is also positive. Here negative into negative also positive. So A into f of k2 is also positive. And here this is the minus b by 2a. Here also minus b by 2a this is. And this is the vertex here. This is the vertex. So minus b by 2a is lies between k1 and k2. Here also minus b by 2a is lies between k1 and k2. The last condition is k1 less than minus b by 2a less than k2. So this is the condition for k1 less than alpha less than beta less than k2. Okay, and we will write one other condition also. F of k1 and f of k2 is positive. Here also negative and negative also positive. So these are the cases for allocation of the roads. And next video I will tell important questions, IIT JEE questions. So thank you very much for watching this video.